Are we ready?
Jose says yes.
Yes? All right. Call to order. The regular meeting of the Governing Board of Education is called to order by myself, Dr. Melinda Anderson, at, what is the time? 3:01 p.m. on Tuesday, May 13th at the District Office Conference Center. Are there any requests to change the agenda?
I have one.
Okay.
I'd like to pull under information and reports, item number 7. This is regarding a contract extension. We currently have board policy that exactly gives direction on how we should handle this. And that board policy clearly states that we are not to increase lease agreements with such operations at this time.
Okay, so
Thank you.
do we have consensus? Does anybody oppose? Okay. I'm going to pull information item, sorry, let me get to the right page. 15? No, 8. So I'm pulling information number 8 because I cited the wrong source for that. So I'm going to pull that and then rework it and get the right source on that.
So I have a couple proposed changes as well,
Okay.
if you're done.
Did I have anything else I was going to say? Okay. Oh, yes.
Okay,
please.
these are just suggestions, and I wrote them down. This is a huge agenda, so in the interest of time, I'd like to propose a couple of things. One is I suggest under action items pulling 09, conflict resolution, and 010, debate timer. I feel like they micromanage the board and who we are as trustees, and I just feel like in the discussion overload, we could push those off to another time. I also want to propose under information and reports, moving P2, which is the Bridges Math update, P3, secondary grading, and P5, the board planning calendar, to the top. I would love to do those first and then have it followed by parental notification. I think that'll be a longer conversation. And then the other thought for the board is pulling P4 and P6. I feel like with the subcommittee reports, we've got 2 meetings in June, so we could catch up with things there. We already are going to touch on some of that tonight with the other items. P4, discussion of the Community Advisory Council and/or subcommittee formation. There's nothing there for the second time, and I just think if we wrap around both of those items, push them off, that leaves us more time for board business, the bonds, parental rights, all the board business.
All right,
so that's my suggestion.
Let's go one at a time.
Okay,
One at a
look-
time, Jen.
Can we do one at a time?
Okay, so action item 09, which is conflict resolution, and 010, debate timer.
I agree.
I agree.
Excuse me, I'd like to table conflict resolution and
Yeah, that's-
table it indefinitely. Not bring it back at all.
Not bring it
There
back
are-
at
There are too many things in it that are subject to interpretation, and I just don't think it's going to work the way it's worded.
I agree.
Agreed.
So I just
I
moved
agree with
to
Mr. Schwartz.
table it indefinitely.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to ask that someone contact the person that has that one and let them know that the board pulled it.
What was the other one?
Yeah, she's going to go.
Yeah,
The
they
timer?
pulled. So that was submitted by Mr. Greg Langworthy, and I think that we should I'm just asking if someone will contact him and let them
Sure.
know. Just let him know that the 3 members that pulled it. And then, so I'm going to cross that one off.
Debate timer?
I was gonna just try that, give it a try. I feel like one of the reasons that I like these, having the public be a part of the agenda, even if I don't always agree with where they're going, I want the public to have an opportunity to be a part of the meeting. So if we want to give it a try or not.
I'm with Jen.
I think you presented already. I would just love us to move towards being able to work together without a timer. That's just my feeling, but
I'm gonna ask you guys to give him a chance because he's put a lot of hours into this.
Well, I mean, when he was speaking about it, when he spoke about it, Jen, you were this. That was you. So you were all in favor of it at the time, and I think that, like somebody just said, he put a ton of time into this. He coordinated with technology, and I think we should at least give it a try, because the try is at the special workshop. I don't think it's going to hurt to try the device at the special workshop.
We're just gonna see what
Just see
he's
how it
done.
goes.
So wouldn't you think, though, at a workshop, that would be harder? Because I think in a workshop, there's more of a free flow of conversation. I just feel like the goal, and I did think about this since that time, should be to be able to have more normal conversations and not feel like there's so many parameters and restrictions. But if there's a consensus to go the other way, it is what it is.
Mr. Schwartz, you're the deciding, are we gonna give it a try?
I would give him 3 minutes. and-
Okay,
and
let's give
Just
him
leave
3
it at that
minutes.
and not have any more discussion, since we all,
Yeah, we just discussed, okay. We'll leave debate timer, what's the next one?
So I'd like to move
which one did Gary
P2, P3, and P5 together to the top of information and reports, just so that we can compress that before talking about parental notification, which has so many items. So it's just kind of changing the order there and having the shorter items at the top.
I can tell you, one of my thoughts to that was, we tend to compress things as it moves down the agenda. So I thought that, rather than compress parental rights toward the end, if we're looking at a time crunch. But I'm open to whatever the rest of the board. Like, this was the way I did it, so I don't, the three of you.
Jen, what do you want? I'm sorry.
So parental notification, I'm just saying, let's do P2 first, then P3, and then P5. So it would be 2, 3, 5, and then 1. And that's just doing the 3 shorter items first, followed by parental notification, so that if people are here to listen, or we can get through those quickly. We don't know how parental notification will look. It might be a really long conversation. So I'm just saying P2, P3, P5. And then when it comes to 4 and number 6, I'm saying let's push those out till June. We've got 2 meetings in June, and I don't think,
Didn't Gary already pull 7?
Yeah, he pulled them. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's 7, 8?
So Jen,
Yeah.
one at a time. Please, yeah.
Seven's already
I'm
been
with you.
pulled.
I'd like parental rights to be number 1, and here's why. If people are going to speak, and they are in fact parents, I want them to be able to come to speak to the action item and then be able to go home at a timely, in a timely process. Granted that we're probably not going to be able to move public comments from the end of the meeting to the beginning, Jen. I think this is a heavy lifting item. And
that's
if
fine.
parents
I
in the
just thought if
community-
each of the items were 3 minutes, we'd be through them quickly. But I'm okay either way. That was just
Okay.
a suggestion.
I
Okay, thanks.
like parental notification where Joe likes it, Joseph.
Okay.
likes it,
I agree.
Excuse me.
I actually see the reasoning behind yours, but thank you.
Okay, so what's
All
the
right,
what's the
so
next
that's
one?
fine. So
I'm
then,
sorry.
I'm just interested in taking 4, which has no information, and 6, which is the subcommittee reports. I think we've done that the last couple of meetings. It's been great, but I think we could push that out, just in the interest of time, and
So-
hit it in
And
June.
she was
So
a full
4
day.
and 6
4
on
and
information,
6.
and you want to do what? with
Just
it?
push it to June.
Push
I-
it.
I have
The
a
subcommittee report
question.
outs.
Could we leave it where it's at, and then if we look like we are getting down to the wire, we can postpone them at that time?
That's fine, too.
Maybe,
Okay.
but let me throw this thought in there too. I'm with her at pushing number 4 to the next meeting, only because, Mr. Barham, if you agendize this, my request even last meeting is that you agendize it with something substantial so that we and the community can prepare to come have a conversation instead of on the spot.
I laid this out pretty well, okay, when I spoke about it. That's why I asked to put this back on, because we're not going to agendize this. We don't have to, per board policy. We can direct the superintendent to form the committee without a motion, and that's my intent tonight. But I wanted to bring this forward so that if anybody here on the board had questions with regard to forming this committee, you could ask tonight, because I would like to see this committee seated by August, and it's going to take some time to form. And like I said, we don't need board approval to do this. A board policy, let me finish, a board policy if we give the superintendent direction, he can form this committee on his own.
I hear you. I just think it's a little rushed, and I think information should be transparent to the public here. I know you talked last meeting, but I still think that it should be in writing, agendized.
Well,
That's
and I think
usually
we
the common
asked,
practice.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
All right,
I think
no.
we asked for that. I think, looking back at that meeting, that item had nothing when it was agendized, and then you took 10 minutes to speak to it with no board consensus. And I just felt like in looking back, not only did the public not have anything to look at, we had no way to prepare. And so looking at it come up again with nothing, I just felt like that we got to do that differently. It's not the right way to do it.
Can we put a master plan together and present it at the workshop?
On May 27th?
We can agendize that at the workshop.
A master plan of the advisory committee?
Like, yeah, for me, a master plan or whatever you want to call it, can we put something together so we can see it? And
It sounds more reasonable
okay,
that way.
so can we,
Okay, fine.
so
I'm
let's
good.
motion,
Let's move on.
Let's
I'm good.
postpone this
Yeah,
until the
we'll have it
workshop.
seated by August.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So that was which number again?
4.
4. And then finally, 6, subcommittee reports. You said we'll evaluate when we get there, if the timing.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go ahead and
All right.
evaluate that.
And
Thank
and to close this off, Mr. Barr, I'm not saying I want to hear the discussion. I just want a little bit more substantial information agendized. That way we can do this responsibly. That's all. I'm not saying I don't want to have the conversation.
Okay, I'm good. We'll put something together.
One other thing to consider, I would still like to see public comment moved forward tonight so that someone's not waiting until 10 o'clock. So I don't know if we can discuss that. I realize we start at 4:30, so that might not even be the right time, but what about before information items so that if people have some sort of issue outside the agenda, they can be heard before 10
So
o'clock?
actually, Joseph made the point last time that you can only reconsider action items, and we did vote and take action when I asked the board to vote if we were going to move public comments, and we had a 3-2 no, and that's considered action. Action doesn't mean it falls under action items, it means that we took action on it. Like in closed session items are not labeled under action items, they're labeled under closed session. So if you take action, only someone can reconsider that voted in the majority. So does anyone want to reconsider it was us three? Okay, thanks. Is there any other changes to the agenda?
Dr. Anderson, I just have, I'm not sure if this is working. Under consent item number 18, it is contracts, apps, and programs that integrate with Canvas. There's a small typo on there. For the applicant.
Consent 18, can you use the microphone next to you?
It's for, there we go. It's for consent item number 18. It's contracts, apps, and programs that integrate with Canvas. There's one item on there. It's called quizzes. It designated on here, it is 6 through 12. It is actually K through 12. The price does not change. It just should say K through 12, not 6 through 12. Just a point of clarification.
Okay, so I made a note, and when we approve that, we'll approve it as modified K through 12.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Anderson, one more. It's consent calendar item 3, the minutes for April 7th. I've requested that you have the action taken in the 7th read out. And so I'd like that to be pulled when we get there, or at least flag it now.
Wait, is that the closed session
Yeah.
action? We've already added that, so that's going to be read out like we did the last one. So that will be read out today.
Got it. What I'm saying is I'd like to be added to the minutes
So
on
Lene, will
3.
you pull it so that we make sure that it's
Thank you.
shows?
Approve it with the addition that I add that to.
So can we, instead of pulling it, can we approve it with the addition that she adds the full language?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
One other question with the action items, is there any reason why we can't have 1, 4, and 5 together, all dealing with the bond issues? It's kind of odd having new courses and Helios Ed as 2 and 3. Is there a reason that we're doing it that way, or can we compress the
4
3
and
bond
5 are
issues together?
completely separate from 1.
Well, I understand that. I just figured some of the same questions might come up, and it's fine if we want to leave it as such, but
Action, you said 1, 2, and 3?
No, 1, 4, and 5.
Oh, 1, 4, and 5.
Yeah. 1, 4, and 5 are different than number,
I-
4 and 5 are different than number
right, it's just
1.
jumping to something completely different, and that's fine. I just, as I studied, thought that would be
No,
helpful.
I appreciate that too, so, because I'm with you, compressing is a good idea. Any other? All right. So, I move to approve the agenda with the said changes.
Second.
Lene?
Schwartz,
Yes.
Wiersma,
Yes.
Komrosky,
Yes.
Barham,
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes. All right, the motion was adopted unanimously. All right, in accordance with Government Code Section 54957.7, the board will now meet in closed session. Do we have any public comments for closed session? No? We do not. Meet in closed session to consider the items in Section E. All right. That's good. Let's go ahead and meet. Thanks.